everyone, Orgama Witch here, and today I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to be interviewing somebody who is a comic book creator. Yay! And this person is actually my friend from a long time ago. We've known each other for like maybe 15 years because we're old farts, isn't that right?
About, if not longer.
This is Aaron, and he has currently written a book called The Book of Lyaxia, and it is currently up on Kickstarter with 1 week left to go, and only about, less than $500 before you reach your goal? Seems doable.
Yeah, but yep, less than 500. So hopefully we can get this over the finisher line.
Yes, here's hoping. I know I've already backed it for my meagerly physical copy because I want a physical copy of everything.
Physical copies are always fun.
Well, I'm just reminded of, like, what was it, a Stan Lee quote about, like, the difference between, like, fake boobs and real boobs. I don't know. Anyways.
I'm not going there.
Anyways. So why don't you give us a brief description about what your story is about?
So yeah, Book of Lyaxia is basically a series. It's about different mythologies. So you're gonna have like Greek, Egyptian, Roman, but it's very much separated into different families. So each mythology is gonna be a different family, and this particular arc is going to focus on two brothers, Kronos and Deimos, who basically got born into this world as the war was already happening, but it's escalating now. And they're basically trying to stop it all. The thing is, nobody knows what their true powers are, because number one, they were hiding it all, and number two, they're still relatively new to the realm. So there's a whole bunch of, fear, political machinations, and everything that's going on to basically have them removed from power. So you'll see like a lot of famous people like, Ares, Anubis. Later on, you're gonna see Thor and other mythological, beings and gods that they're gonna interact with. So if you like mythology, if you like, stuff like Game of Thrones that has that family tie to it, I think this is a book you'll definitely like.
Well, I know I love mythology, but I'm not a really big Game of Thrones person, so here's like hoping. Are they the same gods from our mythos, or are they different gods with like the same name and similar abilities?
Well, the way I did it, I read up reading a lot of mythology, and I grew up on mythology and stuff like that, and I wanted to have them be familiar to people that know mythology, but I obviously did my own spin to it. So it's gonna be, I won't call it a shell, it's gonna be, you'll recognize which character is which god, but there's gonna be a lot of different ways they interact with each other and the ways they interact with the environment, as the story progresses.
Okay. So let me ask you a question about Deimos real quick, which I've had. So he's a twin brother in your story, but in Greek mythology, he's also a twin brother of Phobos. Why did you go with Kronos instead of Phobos as his brother?
Well, that's the one little change that I did. Deimos in Greek mythology is kind of a god of space, but as you mentioned, he's also a twin brother of Phobos, and in true Greek mythology, he's also a god of chaos. So the reason why I wanted to go with Kronos and Deimos is because in my story, he's gonna end up being a god of space. So you'll have one representing space and the other representing time. So that's kind of why I went with that dynamic.
Oh, nice. And I know you have a couple other characters that you've shown previews to, like Adonis and Ares. Now, Ares in original mythology is Deimos' mother. Is she related to him that way here?
No, not at all.
Okay.
They're actually from completely different families. So those are the little changes that I made. Where some certain similarities will happen, but in this particular instance, no, Ares is not Deimos' mother. Deimos' mother is actually a character that you will get to meet in a second chapter, and she's a relatively original character. She is from the mythology, kind of, but it's very loosely based off of mythology. And you'll see what I mean in a later chapters when I start explaining her a little bit.
So let's talk about your art team. Who's your art team and how did you find them?
Alright, so the art team is, their art studio name is called Team Diaveric. It's basically consisting of Andy Bacarizo and Tsubasa Yuzora. And Jesse Higg is doing the colors. The entire team, actually, I got introduced to them by a different artist, Ale Garza, that's doing one of the covers for me.
So let me ask you, this is done as a comic. Is there any other media you would have preferred to do this as, like say a movie or a TV series, or is it always like, I really want it in the comic format?
Originally, it wasn't always a comic book. I mean, there was, originally, very first draft of this, I wrote it as a prose, so it was really kind of like a book. And then as I reread it, I wanted it to be visual. I didn't know that it would be originally be a comic book, you know, a movie, a TV series, a game, you know, something. But I definitely wanted to have it visual, be a visual format for sure.
Well, I think having this as a game would be very interesting. Maybe somewhere down the future. Down the line.
Well, I mean, other than Assassin's Creed now doing the Egyptian and the Greek mythology, it's been seldom since they've done it. I mean, you had Darksiders, kind of.
God of War.
Well, yeah, God of War.
I mean, that was huge.
What's God of War? Never heard of the game.
I know, right? So I know you have 7 issues planned out, correct?
Yes. So the seven issues is basically one arc. So this is the arc of Deimos and Kronos, and it's basically about their journey in trying to resolve this the best they can. So after 7 issues, if people want more, I definitely have ideas for more. Nothing really, put on paper yet, but I have ideas where I want the story to go. But this is gonna be self-contained. After you're done with 7 issues, it's gonna be it. If it's a story, it stands on its own, but yet it has that potential to go further.
And as readers, we appreciate it. I hate open-ended or not complete stories.
I'm kind of crazy, so my artist is actually drawing issue 3 right now. Issue 2 is already drawn, and being colored right now. So I'm a little bit ahead of schedule here, but
very nice.
It's never a bad thing.
No, never a bad thing. Always good to have it out and ready to go. And fans of this, I'm sure, will be very excited to know that there is an issue 2 and 3 already in the works.
Absolutely, and I'm writing issue 5 right now, so
you've almost
getting
reached
it finished. Almost.
What are you gonna do with your life once it's done?
Oh, I have different stories in mind.
Alright, well, on that note, I think we will leave this interview here. Is there anything else you'd like to add and let everyone know?
Well, I just wanted to say, hey, I hope you enjoyed the book. Check it out. It's on Kickstarter. 7 days left. We're almost at the goal. Pick out your favorite cover or get them all. However you want to do it. I even have a couple of tiers that come with commissions from the art team as well, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, check out the book, and can't wait for you guys to read it so I can read some reviews.
So yeah, everyone go check that out, and if you're interested, be sure to back it before it's too late, because you only have 1 week left, and I will see you all later.